So first of all, corruption is corruption. You cannot say my corruption is cleaner than your corruption. Basically, that's what he said.
He's saying it happened, but
he said, my corruption is cleaner than you also have corruption. So he did not say they didn't have corruption. No, when Dabo accused him of corruption, he should have come out and said, no, my government is quite clean, is transparent, is accountable, there's no corruption, all corruption cases we deal with. But we know that's not the case. Look at the audit report that came out a few years back, and they directly quoted corruption cases. We are all living in this country. We have millions of dollars of missing funds in Gum Petroleum, millions of dollars, $40 million. Gambia Port Authority, $400 million. Literally every sector. So even council corruption, I always say, councils, we don't mind being under a commission of inquiry, being under the microscope, being held accountable. But we want, if that's supposed to be a process in this country, should start with the central government. Because when we are dealing with peanuts, they're dealing with millions and hundreds of millions of dollars or billions. Yeah. Right? So this should have been a national corruption, a national commission of inquiry, encompassing all sectors. Yeah. Secondly, when it comes to this particular commission of inquiry, in KMC's perspective, we see it as another battle in a long war. Because the PS himself, when he was invited, he said the reason they asked for this presidential commission of inquiry is because they had a ministerial commission of inquiry on KMC, which basically the court stripped their powers. That's why they asked for this. So sitting from KMC, we say, oh, so KMC is the reason you have set up a presidential commission of inquiry. But I always said, even in my campaign, the easiest route is get the evidence, go to the police. Yeah. Because that's the shortest route. Get the evidence, go to the police and prosecute. I said in my campaign, I said, if you have any dirt on me, take it to the police and prosecute. And then we meet in court. Right? Yeah. So we don't mind being under a commission of inquiry. We think it's healthy for the country. Yeah. But secondly, you cannot blame UDP for what is going on in councils. You are the leaders. No, but we don't have autonomy and the powers, executive powers as a council. But you're overseeing all of these things. But if I oversee, you mentioned the case, and I found you wanting, and I cannot fire you, what's the point of my overseeing? Because if I am the one supervising you, and I am in charge of you as a staff or an administrator, I find you wanting, I should have the power to fire you. I should also have the power to find talent and bring them to the council so that you can deliver on our agenda. So councils don't have the autonomy. We don't have the power. The mayor is an observer. In the council since 2018 in KMC, I have not even voted once. Because councillors vote, and if there's a tie, that's when the mayor is a tiebreaker. There's never been a tie in KMC because naturally our elected councillors are 19. So I have never been part of an executive decision because on the administrative side, I cannot. The law doesn't allow me. Even if I tell a director do something, he should not do it, and he will not do it. It means nothing. Right? In the council, when I come and we pass a resolution, I don't partake in the resolution. If my time comes, I speak on my opinion. So how can you hold the council and the mayor responsible? And this is an anomaly. Because you talk to Mayor Keba Jallo. When he was a mayor in the PPP regime, he had executive powers. But in the 2002 Local Government Act, the former president removed the executive powers of the mayor because of Lai Conte. They felt Lai Conte was getting too powerful. So they made amendments to the Local Government Act to remove the executive powers of the mayor, to basically just make him an observer. And now in the 2024 draft, it's even going further. Because that one said councils have a high degree of autonomy. Now they're saying councils should not have autonomy. So in fact, if you're supposed to blame, you blame government for the mess you're seeing in councils. And let me tell you, if it was one council that had problems and others did not have problems, or two. But it's all over. But if you see all these problems, I'm not on wood, but I think KMC is actually the best because we cleaned up a lot of mess when we came. The same things Yankuba found in BAC, is the same things we found in KMC. Right? We cleaned up a lot of mess. So the problems you see across all councils are systemic problems. They're chronic problems. And no matter who comes, those chronic problems will persist because we need a systemic change that starts with a legislative agenda. So basically, when we came, remember, those who were there, we put boards. We were the only council or the only government agency who put signboards across the municipality that says, if you find our officers corrupt, report them on this number.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
And we are the only council who kept systematically catching actions of corruption and taking action by reporting it or sending it to the local government service commission.